Okay, round two. Again, I'm gonna play the same setup. If I had a light square bishop, I would put it on the diagonal too. Like if I had this bishop on c8, I would go b6, bishop b7 as well. In previous games, I tried e6 and move the bishop on the f8 a3 diagonal along this diagonal. But then they were always able to put a bishop on d3, and there was too much pressure along this long diagonal towards h7 on my king. So I kind of abandoned that idea. So let's see if I can win again. So he's probably going to play a very similar setup. I'll kind of play the similar like waiting game. And we'll see what he does. Basically the point is to just make sure there are no obvious targets, make sure the game goes on. Unfortunately it's knight d5 here, which I forgot about. But he didn't see it, so that's always a good start. So he plays knight e4. I guess I have to go king h7. I don't really want to, but I kind of have to just hang in there, just protect as much as I can. Rook e1 could be a rather serious problem, but I'll try and hang on with d5. If bishop h6, I'll just take the knight. If he checks, okay, he didn't check, so now I can move my... Oh, why did I go there? Bishop f4. Ugh. That was not best. I mean, there are many ways in which white is winning here. Hopefully he doesn't find any of them. He played c3. And this is going to be a bit tough here. I mean, to hang on will be extraordinary if I can. Just because it's not only that I am down pieces, but everything's a little bit open. And I have a problem avoiding exchanges. That is going to be a big problem here. Like here, I'm going to have to play bishop f8. Now he's got things like knight h5, all kinds of ugliness coming. Or queen f4. This one I probably won't hold on in, but I'm going to try. Maybe I can get lucky here. Maybe. I wouldn't count on it, but maybe. Maybe being the word. Very unlikely, I would say. Very unlikely. It's just the position's too static. If it was maybe one piece and it was like this kind of structure, I might survive, but with three pieces, there's almost no way, unless he just like goes insane and hangs something. So let's see, so b3, so gotta try and break the structure, create something. Not gonna work, obviously. Okay, so he played c4, so he's trying to get a little bit creative here. I mean, he's obviously winning, but messing up the structure while still winning, I mean, you never know. He could always take with the queen here on d4, for example. Not that I expect him to, but he could. And he did! Oh, he did! He fell for it! I don't believe this. Oh, I don't believe this. He fell for it. Now this is going to get interesting. That's going to be like 4 pieces against a queen. This is going to be very interesting. I mean, obviously it's completely lost, but I do have a queen. And he only has 4 pieces. It's only 4 pieces after all. 4 pieces is not a lot. You need more than 4 pieces to beat a queen. And I'm being facetious, of course. You do not need more than 4 pieces to beat a queen. But at least I have a fighting shot now. I mean, I did not have a fighting shot before, but there's always a chance he could hang something here. Because it's like, the pieces are really close together here, but he could hang something. I wouldn't say it's impossible. I need to get him a little bit lower on time, but like if he moves a knight to e5 or something, and then he walks into like queen d2 check or queen f4 check, or there are some tricks here, so it's not trivial. I don't know how to. The problem is, how do I create anything? I'm gonna try queen f4. This is kind of dangerous to put my queen in the middle here with all these pieces in the center here and all these forks around it. But okay, so he played bishop c6, so. I'm going to go to f7, see if maybe he'll check me on d6. I'm not actually sure. Knight d6, king e6 maybe. I mean, I'm trying to make sure I don't get my queen in. I have to keep my queen far away from my king, and I have to make sure he can't just mate me with the 4 pieces. If I can, that's basically all there is to it. And so let's see. So knight e5, so I'm going to play king f6. I basically just keep it far away and hope that he blunders something. Of course, if he just keeps all his pieces clustered together, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I can't pick off a piece, but even though I can't pick off a piece, I'm going to get some checks now. I'm going to pick up a pawn in A2. There's some vague possibilities that I can swindle now, because it's going to be hard to just leave your pieces here in the center of the board and do nothing. So we want bishop d4. I'll go king e6. Again, just sticking with the theme of keeping my king like super far away from my queen is kind of all I can do here. I could have gone king d6. I mean, this is of course, very tricky. Obviously, this is probably losing somehow, but I'm going to try and check him, see what he does. Is he going to go for a draw? No, he doesn't. He doesn't want to draw. Okay, now I'm going to go to mate him. I'm going to play queen g3 and mate him. It's very, as I said before, it's dangerous having the queen so close to the king. There are all kinds of dangers of forks, but I don't actually see any forks right now. And if he checks, I'll go king e4 maybe, or king g6. It's, I mean, very iffy, but okay. It goes knight h4. To be so careful here not to walk into a fork. It's like insane. Okay, so king d6. He has knight f5 here. King c7. Okay, so he goes there. I'm going to put my queen closer. Maybe he'll check. And this is very hard to play. The one thing I do have is I'm up on the clock now. So I'm up on the clock, and now he let me get an e5. So now it's game on. Because he let me activate my now I have counterplay for sure. Whether he can hold on and not, I mean, lose this now actually is really the question. Whoops, that was a slip. I meant to go b3. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna roll the pawn b3. Maybe you can play knight b4. I mean, a strong player would still hold this quite easily, but he doesn't have any time. And knight b6 now is knight's out of play. There's no harmony there. King e8, bishop h5 is tricky, so I'm going to have to play king 7. Maybe I have to run with my king closer. Again, I don't really like doing this, but he'll probably check me. Or knight b4. I'll play queen c4. If knight f5, king e5. Bishop f4, I'll go king c5. He only has knight a6 check, so knight a6, king b6. And now his pieces are all out of play. They're all like not harmonized. Knights are on both a6, h4, and now I've got to pass pawn. And this, I had queen c8, or no, queen c8, bishop g4. This is always tricky, but I don't think he can stop me here from queening, queening the second pawn. At least I don't think he can. Okay, bishop d2, I go b4. And, I mean, the funny thing is, even without these, even I think even this position probably, without knight f5, was probably still kind of okay maybe based on practical play. I'm not actually sure, but just out of pieces.